Hey there, YouTube. I'm back today, coming at you from my southwestern base in Arizona. We're going to talk about metal guns today. So let's go ahead and read the question, and I'll go through some of your comments because you guys got into it in the comments. I always like that. All right. You mentioned you don't like shooting an all steel gun because it beats up your hands. Yeah, I have issues and I have hand issues and wrist, and was thinking an all steel gun might lessen recoil and help. Am I wrong? Or are you referring to beating up your hands as being a grip texture issue with steel guns? And it's not just steel. I mean, I shot aluminum guns for a long time before I had a long career with polymer Glocks primarily. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I look at a gun like this and training with it really hard. I'm just kind of like, I don't love that idea. I mean, I'm going to do it. I don't love it, but it's just it does beat up my hands. I'm going to cut myself more. I prophylactically wear some athletic tape or like cloth tape around certain spots, but well, let's see if I can show you on camera like what I'm talking about. So right here you can see that there, that spot, that calloused up, disgusting looking part of my hands. Well, that's right where my finger runs into the trigger guard of the pistol. And when I draw, it's like boom, that part, lot of contact going to get made. There's callus spot here. There's other callus spots on my hands. Those spots, I'm going to use them and they're going to get beat on no matter what gun I have. That's just going to happen with the aggression that I like run my hand into the pistol to draw it, or like how hard I get my support hand on there, all of that stuff. I'm always going to beat on my hands shooting. That's just kind of the way it is. But with these metal guns, it's just like any sharp angle on this or any sharp part of it, I tend to find that. Now, with these grips on this gun, this is maybe the friendliest metal grips I've felt on here. So I don't think it'll be too bad, but in general, as far as like cutting up my hands or beating on them more, that's definitely going to be a thing with the metal guns. Now, over the last couple years, I'd say I've developed a pretty strong preference for like I want the weight of a metal gun, but I want the exterior of like a plastic grip. That's nice. That works great. So let's say it's cold outside or whatever, then your metal gun feels really cold and it can be like a little bit annoying. But if it's a plastic gun, you don't feel that. Here in Arizona in the summer, if I leave this thing, if I shoot a couple hundred rounds through it, then leave it on the back of my truck in the sun, it's going to be really, really hot and it's not really going to cool down. Can I still use it? Yeah, but it's a little bit annoying that the gun gets so hot. If it's plastic, at least the part that I'm grabbing onto, that's not really a consideration. So like the best is kind of like the way the staccatos are, where it's a steel frame of the gun, but the grip is plastic. So I get the weight of the gun because it does soak up the recoil some. Okay, nice. And then like I'm just dealing with the plastic. So that to me is the best of both worlds. Like the Sig 320 Legion, love that frame. The frame is great for the same reason. It has the weight and its plastic exterior. Okay, so let's read some of the follow-up comments on this discussion here. My guess is not recoil, but moving it between targets, accelerating and decelerating more mass, and holding it for quite a long time, almost daily recoil-wise, it helps a lot. Okay, yes. So he's discussing here the weight of this gun. Says as I transition from one spot to the next, more mass means it's going to be a little bit more difficult to stop the gun precisely. The way that I really experience it is if I'm shooting a Glock, for example, I can like look at where I want it to go and almost feel like I'm throwing the gun at the spot. So I can transition really aggressively and I'm going to get a lot of precision as well. With the heavier guns like this Shadow, like I don't know what this thing weighs. Maybe the grips add a few on like 7. Maybe this is a 50-ounce gun. This thing's getting heavy enough that what I'm telling myself in my head is, hey, don't push the gun. Just look where you want to go. Let it come to you. Don't push it around. Yeah. All right. When you buy, think about balance too. Too much of a nosedive is not everyone's cup of tea, but some can be helpful. There are Goldilocks weight for all steel pistols is about 40 to 46 ounces. Well, the trend goes to more and more. Look at the restrictions of what you want to take part in and go from there. At least depends on what in your hand before grabbing the next pistol. Yeah, okay. That's pretty reasonable. Yeah, you like you can these days it's easy to add weight to the guns because there's so many aftermarket accessories. Like I think people have started to recognize that more isn't always better when it comes to the weight. I think a pistol weighing about 40 ounces just for performance shooting is ideal. Obviously, that's not ideal for carry. Okay, thanks for the info. I'm an M shooter and I shoot a 19. Got issues with the hand and the wrist, wanting to see if a heavier gun and less aggressive grip angle would help. Yeah, I mean, shooting a Glock 19 is it's like the most comfortable pistol, like most comfortable carry pistol to shoot in a lot of ways. I don't think they're super uncomfortable. It's just doesn't not quite enough grip for me to grab onto it. All right, I have bilateral tendonitis in my wrists, and I try to shoot at least 3 days a week, shoot 3 to 500 rounds each training session. In polymer, the guns that have good ergos for me and allow me to shoot all day if I wanted to are Grand Power. The Glock 19 is size Grand Power Q1 Compact's the only one that I get fatigued by. Everyone else from them, Striker or Hammer for duty size, feel extremely good. Yeah, the Grand Powers have that rotating barrel, don't they? Shot those a little bit. I also shoot a Beretta 92 with an X300. Yeah, so that's going to add some weight out in the front of it. And a Langdon Tactical Art like red dot slide. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My wrists are totally destroyed by arthritis, as in zero cartilage left, and I will emphatically say grip angle matters. Something with a straighter grip is much more pleasant and less painful. At least for me, the 1911 grip angle works the best. I think that is true. Like something like this, like not, this isn't a 1911 exactly, but it's a little more straight up. It doesn't have that forward, like that kind of angle that the Glocks have. I would say with the Glocks, the angle bothers you or it doesn't, and it tends to bother some people. It's just kind of the way it is with the Glocks. It doesn't really bother me, but it definitely bothers some people. Yeah. Anyway, there it is, guys. Heavy gun banter. I'm sure you'll put some questions and comments below, and we'll have more to chat about later.